Oh, hey guys. This is technically for 3rd through 7th grade because I feel like we've had enough foundation and with this rhythm project that we're going to be doing because I'm gone for whatever reason. I'm gone. I'm not sure, but I am doing this to save paper and just kind of I don't know, just thinking about just to get something ready to go. So the sub doesn't have much to do but play this video and then break you guys off. But let's talk about the types of notes. Let's go after the notes and then we'll go after a couple rests so that we can figure that out. Basically, right here is I feel like the start. Like when, oh no, it's like backwards, but I don't know if I can do that. Like, sorry, just thinking about things. So yeah, that actually looks kind of legit, but there's a glare. You see that glare? Okay, I'm gonna try to avoid that glare with the light. That's a quarter note, okay? And that equals, how many counts? 1. That is 1 count. That's why when we learned it, we go ta, or, 1. That is, so just remember that equals 1. And then we have, this is kind of crazy. The kids that are, I'm just trying to do this backwards so it looks better. The kids that are, who I've talked to, especially I know I've recently talked about this in 5th and 6th, but those are 8th notes. You do toddy for that is what you say. And that actually by itself equals 1. Okay, there's a reason why I'm telling you what these counts are because you're about to do something that you need to be able to understand the counts. Okay, then, sorry, just making sure you can see it. Then, this blows most people's minds. Right here. Right there, those are 16th notes. Okay, so if you're figuring stuff out, one of those 8 notes right there is actually half a count. So half plus a half is 1. It's like your own little math thing. These takadimi. When you hit your legs. Takadimi is what you say, and those right there are equal to 1. All of them, all 4 of them. And that's why the bridge is there, because it means that they're fast, and that's why we say takadimi. Okay, I know, it's crazy. The other notes that we have are basically the half note. Oh, backwards, Erica, backwards. Okay, the half note, which we do ta in like the second grade land. That's what they're kind of learning. They're even learning that in kindergarten now. But so it's ta because it's 1, 2 counts. Make sense? Some of you guys could get fancy and put some dots places, but you don't have to, especially if I haven't talked to you about dots. So that's 2 counts right there. 2 counts. And then what I like to call a donut. A donut is a whole note, and the whole note is done like this. Ta. And then if you count that out in numbers, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Some of you are like, but what about the rest, Miss Custer? Or none of you are, and I'm just going to talk about it anyway. Well, for that matter, when you were a little baby 3rd grader or whatever, or not 3rd grader, kindergartner, you learned what that is, and that's a shush, okay? A shh. And it's a shh because it's only 1 count. This guy actually corresponds to that guy because that's a quarter note, and that right there is a quarter rest, and it equals 1. Okay, my diagram is beautiful. But anyways, so then we have the next type of rest, which looks like a top hat. Too bad I don't have one. How fun would that be? I used to have one. I don't know how I got it, but I think I Goodwilled that, but it's pretty cool looking. It was. Anyways, so we have a top hat. The top hat is technically a half rest. Okay, and because it's called a half rest, it corresponds to a half note, and it equals, what does a half note equal? 2, so that top hat equals 2. Okay, Person who is taking over for me, subbing, thank you so much for doing that, the side note. But if you want to write this down on the board, you totally could. But then the next rest that I know of is a whole rest. Okay, those are like I don't know why I can't write in a straight line, I'm so sorry. Those are like the basic ones. The way that I say a whole rest, you know how you know a whole rest is a whole rest. It's a hole in the ground. Okay, so it's like a hole in the ground, and that corresponds to a whole note. And then hopefully you're connecting that if it corresponds to a whole note that equals 4, well, guess what, that is actually equal to 4 as well. Okay, your project will be this. So the instructional assistant, no, is that what? In Waterloo they would call subs, what did they call you? That was what they called paras, but they called subs something. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm taking up time, but it was something teacher. Guest teacher, I think? I don't know. Yeah, I think it was guest teacher or something. So guest teacher. Why was I talking about guest? It's okay. Oh my goodness, you lucky guys. Get this crazy lady to watch for a little bit. You're gonna be creating 4 measures of work. So a measure is something that happens right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and so basically you're just gonna put in this top number matters the most. That top number tells us how many counts are supposed to be in each measure. Okay, so if you can see, oh no, it's backwards, but I'm just gonna tell you that number is 4. I don't know if I can, yeah. Anyways, but that number is 4. So you need 4 counts in each measure. So basically, and then the other thing is, we need 4 different types of notes. The 6th graders have done this. They've done this as of right now when I'm doing this video. The 6th graders have done this already. Actually, no, I don't think they have. So this is new for everybody. That's exciting. So basically, you need 4 different types of rhythmic structures. If I said notes, that would mean you need 4 notes, but you need 4 different types because you can use some rests in there. So like an example would be that, but you can't do a donut or a whole note for every single one because you need 4 different types. Okay, that's how you're gonna like win this competition. Okay, I don't know. Then I can do half note. Half note, remember that equals 4. Half note equals 2. And so I need how many more counts? Math, kids. Oh, 2 more. Good job. So you can just do that. Boom. Shakalaka. Done. Okay? Our guest teacher, you don't need to write that down on the board because I don't want kids to be like, let's just do Miss Custer did. You know what I'm saying? Because yes, I understand. So 2 plus 2 is 4. So the way you count it is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't need to, you can count it like when you learned it. So you can go ta, ta, ta. And then we need 2 more rhythmic structures. Let's make it easy. Boom. That's 4. So you can go. Okay, that's how that works. Okay. Then I need 1 more, don't I? You could make it fancy, but in case for time, I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it, kids. So let's throw in a, well, maybe I do. Maybe I do feel a little fancy today. That's backwards, but oh well. All of them are. I just realized those 2. So that's, remember, 1 count. Toddy. And then we need 3 more. Let's see. Let's do Toddy again. The backwards way. So Toddy, Toddy. So toddy, toddy, ta. Let's do the other half note. Okay, and that's 2. So 1 plus 1 plus 2 is 4. Happy birthday to you guys. My birthday's coming up. Just saying, very exciting. So that's it. That's your project. So now that you've watched this video, you're going to get, your guest teacher is going to get you in groups of 3. And you're going to create 4 measures. And then here's the tricky part. You're going to practice it. So You're gonna practice this? Okay, ready? 1, 2, here we go. Ta, 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 sh, 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 ta-dee, ta-dee, ta. So you don't need to do it that fast, but I think it'd be fun if like you guys picked a song like as a group. That'll be kind of hard because some kids don't like other kids' songs. But I think it'd be fun if you picked a song in the group and then you performed whatever rhythm you did to the beat of that song. Remember, the beat is the thing that stays the same, okay? The rhythm is the singing or whatever, or the bum, 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 like if, yeah. So just know that you're gonna find the beat, and that's something that as 3rd, 4th, 5th, we should all be able to do. Kindergarten, not so much. Those guys are just like, yeah, but it's just fun. Anyways, if you have ever seen the show Recess, it's a cartoon show. They have a depiction of kindergartners that is on point. Like it's a middle school, like these kids are in middle school, and then they're like, you know, like the doors open and they're like, oh, the kindergartners, and the kindergartners have like war paint, they have like pitchforks, and they're like, and they literally go in a crowd like, ah! And I was just kind of like, oh, that's funny, kindergarten, until I taught kindergarten, and now it's just like, oh my gosh, I just love it though. They're just, the crazier you are, the better they respond. That's for sure. So, all right, with that, I think we're good. So this is about a 12-minute video, and took up 12 minutes of your time, but thank you so much for being awesome for your chess teacher. I appreciate you, and over and out. Bye-bye.